In this video, I'm going to show you how to attach safety eyes to your crochet piece. So safety eyes come in all different materials, plastic and glass. I personally have only ever used plastic ones, and they also come in different sizes and colors. So the ones here are 12mm and 10mm safety eyes, and that refers to the diameter of these eyes. As you can see, the 10mm one is smaller. They also come in different colors. As I said, these are pure black. Other ones, for example, have irises of different colors so they look more realistic, like blue irises with black pupils or brown irises with black pupils. So aside from that part of the eye, there's also a back part called the washer. And every washer has a flat side, which is the stuff on top, and then the round side, which is on bottom. And it's important to know this because you need to know which orientation the washers have to be when you actually push this into the yarn that you have. So I'm gonna move the 10mm eyes away since I'm not gonna be using them. And I'm gonna keep the 12mm ones here and pick up my crochet piece. So let's say I have a pattern that says I need to put safety eyes in between rounds 3 and 4, and they need to be 4 stitches apart. So with the right side of my piece facing me, count how many rounds that is. So here's round 1, 2, 3, 4. And that means that my safety eyes need to go somewhere here. Depending on what you're making, it may not matter where, like if you're making a ball and it's all symmetrical, it might not matter where you're gonna put the eyes, but some patterns do have a sense of an actual front and back, so be careful of that too when you're counting. In this case, I've just made a sphere, a complete ball, so it doesn't matter where I put the eyes. It's gonna all look the same no matter what. So, like I said, this is a spot between rounds 3 and 4. I make a little hole so it's easier for me to put my eye in there. And I personally like to just double check that I like the spacing that's been recommended by the pattern. So I've put one eye there. This next gap means I've crossed over 1 stitch, 2, 3, 4. The pattern's telling me to put the eye in here 4 stitches away, and I look at it and let's say I say, hey, you know, that looks pretty cute. I am satisfied with this. So in that case, I'm going to look at the inside of my work, and now it's time to finalize the decision by attaching the washers. And you really got to make sure you're okay with this placement, because the whole point of these safety eyes is you can't take them off after. Like once you have a washer locked into it, it will be impossible to remove the washer from the eye. You can, of course, always undo your crochet stitches and take out the entire eye out, but the eye is going to come out with the washer, and so you won't be able to use this eye again. All right, so remember I said it matters the orientation of the washer, right? So there's a flat side and then there's a round side. You want the flat side to face the yarn. So you could just put it straight on the eye and then press on it. But a lot of times I feel like this doesn't work out super well for me, especially with super small eyes. It actually worked pretty well for these 12mm eyes. That's pretty good. You also want to be careful about not pressing it too tightly, because sometimes, you know, if I were to squish this super tight, the eye might look like really sunken into the piece. All right, but I'm going to show you the method I usually do when I attach eyes. So again, flat side facing the yarn. And I usually use a notebook or some sort of cushy cloth so I don't accidentally indent the table I'm working on, and I put the eye face down there. Let's move all this out of the way so you can kind of see what I'm doing. And then I just press straight down from here to lock in the washer to the eye. Whoops. All right, that seemed a bit forceful, but hey, it turned out great. So here you have it, safety eyes.